Hey everyone, welcome to the Entrepreneur Motivation Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Bello, and today's topic is where focus goes, energy flows. Tony Robbins. I'm sure others have said this as well, but I first heard this from Tony, so I'm giving him credit. But I wrote some notes down here that I just want to review, and it's so true. Wherever your focus goes, your energy flows and things happen. If your focus is scattered, if you're doing too many things at once, if you're just all over the place and you have squirrel syndrome or shiny object syndrome, you're going to have very little pieces of energy flowing to all these different things. And ultimately, you're not going to be able to achieve very much progress in each one because your focus and your attention is divided. If you've got clarity and vision, you know where you want to go. You have that singular focus. You eliminate other distractions. You know what to say no to. Every time you see your mind distracting you and focusing on things like opening up social media feed, you exit out and you can slap yourself on the wrist and you actually know what to focus on. Your distractions fall away. And most people are stuck in reaction mode, right? This happens. Oh, let me get to that. Someone calls me. Oh, this fire is happening. Let me fix this. Let me call this other person. Let me send this email. They're in reaction mode, and that causes you to react to everything. You're distracted. Your mind isn't focused because you're thinking of all this list of problems and things that are waiting for you. And this is a reason that I don't check my social media or emails for the first hour of the morning. I go straight into my morning routine because I don't want to wake up and be in reaction mode. Like, if I look at an email and then I want to go meditate and I know there's something that I need to do, some people send emails at 6 a.m. Some people send them at 10 p.m. the night before. I don't want to see anything that will distract me from what I need to do in the morning to get my mind right. And so make sure that you're not in reactive mode. You want to be proactive. And some activities that you can use to focus your energy include meditation, exercise, and even listening to music. And this is from the Tony Robbins website off of one of their blogs, because music really is powerful. And studies show it impacts us. It can impact our mood and influence the way we feel. You notice that there are songs that make you feel sadness, or you have a memory from an old song you heard, or you feel nostalgic, or certain songs can make you extremely happy. Others are relaxing. Heck, I even volunteered at a science fair, 7th grade science fair, as a presenter, not a presenter, as a reviewer, and I would review the presentations and give people feedback and let them know whose presentations are good. And this was all like a year or so ago is when I did this. And there was some kid who did a study where rock music and, this crazy fast-paced music, it actually does show if you measure your heartbeat to increase your heartbeat versus classical music or something that's lighter and less quote unquote stressful. And I listen to a lot of rock and metal and crazy stuff, and I play the drums. And I always swore and thought that, hey, I can listen to this stuff and be fine and just study. But every time a crazy song comes on and I'm trying to be in that flow and get that work done, the screaming and the loud music and the crashing cymbals, it's a little much. I kind of use that and prefer that if I'm going to listen to music when I work out. But when I'm working on stuff and checking emails and reading, I want music with like deep house type stuff is what I listen to, or house music that's no lyrics, slow, catchy beat, like repetitive with different little intricate things. I don't quite listen to classical music too much, but I really like that thing that's kind of got like a steady beat in the background, but a really cool, catchy, I don't even know, electronic sound, if that makes sense, so that I can get in the zone, focus, and I'm not distracted by lyrics or anything like that. And I'm not tempted to do like the finger drums because I am a drummer. I've mentioned that. I don't drum too much, but still, if I'm listening to crazy drum music, I'm going to go like that was me finger tap drumming. And I do that a lot if I hear drums in a song that I love, like Blink-182 or something. August Burns Red, double bass pedals, right? I'm tempted to do that. And so I can't distract myself like that because if I'm finger drumming, I'm not typing the emails I need to be typing. We need to train our mind daily, and it takes work and discipline. Our mind is like a muscle, like anything else. It needs training. We need to be consistent with it. We need to feed it the right things. And one book called The One Thing by Gary Keller, I may have talked about this before if you've listened to all my podcasts. I read The One Thing a while ago. I need a refresher, honestly, but I remember a quote in that book. They had a little quote before each chapter, and this one really stood out to me because I was like, man, this is the message I need to hear. I'm all over the place. I'm scatterbrained. I'm like super distracted. And it said to be like a postage stamp. Stick to one thing until you get there. So you've got to stick to one thing. Don't just quit. Stick to it long enough to see it through, to make sure that you're able to achieve it. and know that where focus goes, energy flows. Pretty cool, right? Where focus goes, energy flows. I mean, I could get that tattooed on my arm or something, just as a reminder. It's so great. And that's one of my critical tasks that I've defined for myself. Another is to post at least one post on social media of any kind, like whether it's a picture or a video or a podcast, at least one. And there are days where I get 2 or 3. Awesome. But I at least need to post one. And there's days where I almost get to the end of the day and I'm like, I didn't post one. Let me find an article. Let me post something or share something that I haven't shared yet, right? Like a photo that's been in my phone that I haven't posted. Let me just share it. So where focus goes, energy flows. Remember that. Keep that in mind. Stay focused. Reevaluate your priorities and make sure that you are putting all your energy into one thing, and be like that postage stamp. Stick to one thing until you get there. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next episode of the Entrepreneur Motivation Podcast. See ya.